Hi, guys. Welcome back to Pearl's Journey. And today we have Hannah and Komis with us today. And today we are going to have a conversation about trauma and abuse. So stay tuned because it's going to be good. So, guys, when you hear the word trauma, what comes to your mind?
When I hear the word, so whenever I hear the word trauma, I'm thinking of something that has happened traumatically to somebody that has thrown them off kilter, that has affected them in a way that maybe their work dynamics is thrown off, or something physical has happened. It could be a physiological thing that has happened, could be psychological thing that has happened to them that has caused an impact on them emotionally, and so they're not able to function in a normal way. That's why I'm thinking of trauma. So trauma could be something. An accident could be traumatic. Somebody having a death in the family can be traumatic. Another trauma could be, someone dying, right? And you losing a job. You're working for, working in a company for 20, 50 years, and now you're let off, and now it's impacted your whole family. You've lost your house, you've lost your wife and kids, and even the pets are gone. So this is quite traumatic. You being placed in homeless is traumatic. When you've had your stable home and now you're on the streets, that's quite traumatic.
Hmm. Good point. Yeah. So, do you think women are taught to carry pain in silence? In our society today, do you think that women are taught to carry pain in silence? Because women tend to hold everything in and push themselves forward. So, do you think that we teach the women, young women, the girls, to carry pain in silence?
I would say yes, for sure. We don't, because we don't communicate and talk a lot about our emotions and how we feel. A lot of it is suppressed, and it's suppressed to a point where you start to feel aches and pains in your body, or you're not eating right, or anxiety amplifies because you haven't dealt with something or fully felt the emotions of something traumatic that happened in your past. And we're just told to just keep going and just suck it up. Yeah, suck it up and go. Like, you're okay.
Yeah.
Just keep living life, to keep doing whatever you're doing. And so yeah, for sure we're taught to live life silently.
And if, for instance, you want to come out and see what has happened to you, what you're going through, people look at you and they complain, right? Why are you talking about that? Why don't you just move on? Why?
That has happened 20 years ago or 10 years ago.
It's been so long,
it's
right?
5 years. Why are you still on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we don't talk about it, it's not going to be healed because we carry it in our bodies, right?
And some of the ways that we carry it in our bodies as well too, just coming from a nursing perspective or medical perspective, is that we hold on to these traumas, and then it becomes a medical issue where some people end up with cancers, hypertension, diabetes, because of the stress induced. Some people end up with heart failure. Their heart is out of sync because, again, holding on to that trauma in their heart. They're not able to breathe properly. Some people are ending up on CPAP machines just because of induced trauma that it might have happened, and they are not breathing, and so they hold their breath, and it's like and the trauma of whatever has taken place, and they're just still holding their breath, and so then it affects them, so they
It affects the blood as well,
and
because not enough oxygen.
And then the blood becomes thickened. You have issues there with clotting and so forth, and so trauma is very, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing.
I remember I carry my shoulders up like this,
Right.
and I'm like, why are my shoulders up? And I try to release it, but before I realize it, they're back up here again, right?
Yes. And so a lot of times too, when people go through therapy, they teach them how to breathe.
Yes,
Because we don't
breathing
breathe.
technique is
Very
very
powerful.
Technique, and we don't breathe. When we are going through a traumatic experience, we're not breathing. Yes.
I love that. How do trauma show up in everyday life, even when you don't expect it? How does it show up? You don't expect it, and sometimes you don't even realize it. What are some of the forms, the ways that trauma just shows up? because sometimes it knocks at your door, and if you're not careful, it will knock you out.
I think unresolved trauma is something that will show up. So, for example, you are married before and you're divorced, and that situation has now you didn't go through therapy, you didn't get anything resolved, you don't even know what happened. Say your husband took off and left, and you're holding that pain, you're holding that trauma. And now you might be in a nice cushiony job that you've had like for 5-10 years, and then all of a sudden that job now, they fire you. All of a sudden that unresolved issue from that marriage that you maybe experienced abuse or whatever it was that happened within that relationship, because it's unresolved and that traumatic experience was not worked through, then another compounding issue coming
Yes.
about
Yes.
throws you off, and then you're now into it as you've sunken deep into depression. And then when you comb that through, you realize that, oh, it started here, or it might have started in childhood,
Mhm.
right? A lot of things that are happening with adults, at 50, 60 years old, is that because they've had unresolved trauma from childhood. Now, as some adults in their 60s, they're now, dealing with depression and, in the growth and developmental stage where, they're having despair, they're in despair. Instead of being in a time of their life where they should be enjoying their lives, they're in despair because of unresolved trauma.
And I know for me, before I dealt with my trauma, I could not get close to anybody.
Right.
Even if we're like, say we are talking and we are becoming friends, right? The moment I felt like we were getting too close, I had to pull back. I would pull back and I would just shut everything down, and I started to build walls. I would not call the person, I would not take the call, and the person would say, "Oh, what happened? We were so good, we were close, and all of a sudden you just walked away." I just could not do it. Why? Because I was afraid of getting hurt. My mind was like, "Oh, this person is going to hurt you. You better shut it down right now." Right? So these are some of the ways that trauma will come up. It will knock at your door. If you don't work through it, go to counseling, do therapy, it will always come back. You have to deal with it.
And just to add to that, it sounds also similar to the term self-sabotage.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so
Yes.
you start making decisions that will not benefit you in the long run,
Exactly.
and it'll ruining relationships.
Yes.
Because you feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like if, as you
You're
said,
not
they'll
good enough.
yeah, you're not good enough, and they'll
how can
hurt
I be
you.
that person's friend? I'm not good enough.
Mhm.
I'm not pretty enough. I can't speak well enough. And again, I am fearful. And one of the biggest things is fear.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
are afraid to do everything.
Yeah.
And it keeps you back. It holds you back. You don't live to your full potential.
And
For
that's
sure.
that's a big effect of trauma, is that, yes, the fear, the
Mhm.
actual, the crippling fear
Yes.
that holds you back in life, holds you back from that career that you should
Ye-
be in,
Yes.
right? That relationship that you should have been in, right?
Let's talk about relationship here. Let's talk about relationship. Honestly, because you will look, men will come to you, right? And oh no, this man has a big job. This man is this. No, I'm not good enough for this man. I don't have the education. I can't speak well. I can't dress well. You think of the worst things to think of yourself, and then you will go to the less capable man and you say, okay, this is the one that suits me. This is the one I should be with, because you think so little of yourself, and then you end up getting the lowest man, you can get, and like, okay, I'm good enough. I'm comfortable here, right? There's nothing to challenge me here. Because I remember growing up, there was this guy who used to pick me up, sometimes give me a ride, right? And he liked me. But this guy was so educated, and he was talking to me about school, and he's a go-getter. And because I felt like I was less, I did not give him that chance in life. I went for the ones, a bus driver. I went for a bus, imagine, a bus driver. And I'm like,
Well, nothing
not
is
to
wrong
put,
with
not to put bus drivers
let's
down.
fix that. Yeah, that's
But
okay if you're a bus
I
driver.
went for the bus driver instead of the man who was working in an office, who was making the big salary, a man who really cared about me, a man who could have really helped me. And imagine if we had children.
Mm.
He would push these children forward to get an education, but I went for the lowliest man I could find. Right?
And I
Yeah.
think the point that you the most important point is that that person loved and respect you
Yes.
and would have cared for you.
Yes.
That would be not necessarily the job per se, because a lot of people focus on the job and not realize that, you know, that's not the importance. It's actually the person and how
No,
that
but to be
person
stable also in life.
right.
Right?
And I
Because
understand what you're
a
saying.
bus driver, a
right.
bus driver will like you.
Right.
Another girl will come on the bus, they will like this girl.
Right.
And it will go on like this. This one
Right.
bus driver has so many other girls.
Okay.
So this is why I'm saying, of all people, a bus driver, not because of the job,
Okay, let's clarify
but
that.
because of he has this one, and this is what
Mhm.
happened to me. He's with this one, he's with that one,
Right.
he's with the other one.
Mhm.
And what about me? This
Right.
man could have picked up any disease out there, you know, and could have brought it home to me. You understand?
Right.
So I had a respectable man with a good job,
Mhm.
with respect. People respected him, and I
Right.
went for this guy.
Because that's what you
because
thought.
I felt like I was not good enough.
And that's an important
Right.
point.
And I
Right.
sabotaged myself, just like you said, Hannah. I
Right.
sabotaged myself.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow, that's deep. Mhm. And a lot of women do that. A lot of you know, females do that. They self sabotage again because of, you know, low self
Low
esteem,
self-esteem.
low self worth.
Yes.
They don't feel they're pretty enough. They're not
No.
good enough, and it's quite sad. And again, that also stems from childhood as well. What
Yep.
you were taught, or what you were not told. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not validated by our parents or our fathers or, you know, family members. We're not validated. So when we get the least validation, we jump to it. And that
Mhm.
could be, you know, somebody that's, you know, dealing drugs, and
Yes.
they're the ones that are, you know, seeing you on the street corner, you know, you're looking nice. I like
Mhm.
that, you know, and they're giving you a little of attention, which is negative. They're, you know, might not be a good
Yes.
thing, but because again, you never
Because you're
receive that.
thinking negative of yourself, so you sabotage yourself.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So what boundaries do you set? How do you deal with that? Because as a person, for me, as a person who's gone through all kinds of childhood abuse, all kinds of abuse, I reached to a place where I could not say no.
Mhm.
Now I'm at a place where I can say no. And to be honest with you, I am so happy to say no. Not because I'm selfish,
Mhm.
but the thing is, I used to say yes when I could not do it.
Right.
And then I used to hate myself. I used to kick myself in the behind because I could not do it. I didn't have the time to do it. I was not able to do it.
Mm.
But now that I'm able to say, you know what? I'm sorry. I will not be able to help you. I cannot. Right?
Mhm.
It feels really good just to say no.
Absolutely, 100%.
I completely can relate to that. Even like the term people pleasing.
Yeah.
You want
Right.
everyone to like you. You want
Yes.
everyone to think highly of you. So
Yes.
you say yes all the time, even when
Mhm.
you're not able to do it.
Even when you're not able.
And then that starts to make you feel like you're burning out
Yes.
because you don't have the energy to do it, but you still try, and
Yes.
then you're not able to do it as well as you could have if you said no, or even like I can do it, but like at a later time.
Later time, yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
like being able to realize your capacity and be like, no, I can't do it right now. Maybe I can do it maybe later, or even as you said, just saying no. But even in a nice way, you can say, no, I'm not able to do it, but I
Yes.
hope you're able to find someone else, you
Yes.
know, like end it in an encouraging, like kind way.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But
you'll-
honestly,
Yeah.
say no. Not just say no, I can't help, but say it in a nice way, like Hannah said.
Yes.
It feels good
Mhm.
because this is something that I could not do, and this is part of boundary.
Absolutely,
Right?
100%.
Yes. So
100%.
I am very happy that I'm able to do that now.
And like an analogy that I also learned about boundaries, because I've been learning to grow my boundaries myself. And there was an amazing book that I read. And it said this analogy of a bird. When a bird is about to hatch, the parents know the bird's parents know that if they break the shell for the bird won't learn to be strong enough to like fly or things like that. So the bird has to break the shell itself. And in order to when the boundaries come into place, it's like the parent needs to be like, okay, I need my child to grow stronger, so I have to step back.
Yes.
So
Yes.
my child can benefit. And
Even
it's
as
like,
parents too.
Mhm.
yeah.
Same thing.
The child is learning to walk,
Mm-hmm.
hold the couch. The child might drop a little.
Mm-hmm.
We don't run and catch the child, right?
No.
Oh no, I don't want you to fall. You have to learn to fall and then to get up.
Mhm.
Yes. So yeah, I
Mhm.
like that analogy.
Mhm.
What does healing mean? What does healing mean? Somebody who's going through trauma, what does healing mean to that person or to you? What would you say to that person who's going on a healing journey? Because me, I'm on my healing journey.
Mhm.
And healing means so much to me. Healing means that I am able to get up. I'm able to say no in a nice way.
Mhm.
I am able to push myself to do something that I would not do before. So
Right.
to me, that is healing.
Mm.
I am able to have friends,
Yes.
right? This is something I could not do. Like I
Right.
would call you and say, hey, what are
Yes.
you doing?
Yes.
Can we meet up? Let's do
Yes.
something, right?
Mhm.
But I could not do that before. I would ever call you. No, you would have to call me. I would not call you. So although I have a long way to go, but I have come so far, and I'm
Mhm.
really proud of myself. And I could not say that before that I am proud of myself.
And I want to say too, everyone's healing journey is different. Everyone's
Yes.
healing journey looks different,
Yeah.
Because again, your trauma is different than my trauma,
Yes.
right? And so, just simply getting out of the bed for some people
Yes.
is a big thing.
Mhm.
Just washing the dishes, cleaning the house is a big thing. Some people, that's nothing. That's a walk in the park for them. But maybe, as you said, just dialoguing with individuals, coming together is a big thing for some individuals, and just having boundaries might be a part of someone's healing journey as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Just saying no
Mhm.
because they're used to being a people pleaser and so on. So everyone's healing journey, and everyone should feel okay. Don't feel that you have to assimilate to what I'm doing, or you have to be like me, running and skipping because that's where I'm at right now. When you're just crawling,
Yes.
it's okay. Take your time and crawl because before you weren't walking, right?
Yes.
So you go at the pace that God has you going at,
Yes.
and eventually you'll get to where you're supposed to be,
Yes.
right? So we each have, again, different stages and different paces as we heal.
And also, when I think of healing, I think of grace.
Yes.
Like, we've got to give ourselves grace.
Yes.
We're so hard on ourselves, and
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
the saying is like, imagine something along the lines like, do you talk to other people like you talk to yourself?
Yes.
Because people say a lot of bad. I mean, you can say a lot of negative things about yourself, right?
Yes.
So
We do that.
yeah. So
Yes.
when you're healing, give yourself grace. Like if
Yes.
you weren't able to do something that you said you would do, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. Like,
I like
just
that.
try and get back up and
Yes.
try and do it again. And just
Yes.
keep trying because we're all trying.
Yes. I like that, Hannah. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Because we usually treat ourselves the worst.
Oh,
Yes.
hands on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So if pain could speak, what would it say? If pain could speak, what would it say? Pain is really bad. Pain would be, I am here to defeat you, to defeat all your purposes, right? Because God created us and He has a purpose for us. And that pain is there to prevent us to achieve our goals. So pain is there to defeat us. That's how I see it. What do you think?
I completely agree. I also think pain would be telling you that you're not good enough.
Yes.
Pain would be that whisper in your ear, like, "Oh, you can't do this." Or,
You're broken.
You're
You're not
broken.
worth it.
You're scarred.
Yes.
Like, why would anyone love you?
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
That's some negative things that pain of the enemy tells
Pain
us.
is very negative.
Yes.
Yes.
And also too, you can also flip it a little bit as well too, as pain being, I think of analogy of a story that I heard about a horse that was being buried, and instead of that horse staying in that pit and thinking about the pain, woe is me, they've just shot me in my leg, or they want to kill me and I'm just going to lay down there. Instead, that horse took every dump that was being thrown at him from the dirt and stomped on it. And as it stomped on it, it kept going up and going up and going up. So we can use our pain to push us forward.
Yeah.
Our pain can also be a leverage sometimes we look at pain a lot of times as being something negative, but every single one of us has gone through pain.
Mhm.
And every single one of us who's here, and those who are going to be listening on the platform later, can attest to say, look, yes, I've been through some stuff, but guess what? Because of that situation, this is why I'm here. And this is why I've gotten to certain levels that I have been because of that situation. Now I can help somebody else
Yes.
along
Yes.
the way. So
Yes.
a lot of times we look on pain as something negative, but it's not always
Yes.
such. It
But
can also be a positive.
Pain is there to defeat you, but you can use
But
it.
you can use it,
Yes.
to you right as a leverage
For good.
Yes,
To
that's
push
good.
you forward. Because
Yes.
look at what has happened to me. And here I am today trying to help others
Exactly.
as a result of what I have gone through.
And
Yes.
that's exactly what I'm
Yes.
looking at when I'm
Yes.
thinking about pain
Pain.
myself too. It's the
Yes.
same thing. Is looking at it to help others to bring healing, and not to look at it as a defeat, but look at it as something that would help us to excel. And help
Yes.
others to pull those individuals out of the pit.
Yes.
As well.
Strengthen us.
To strengthen
to
us.
strengthen us.
Because I totally believe those who inflict the pain on us, they were trying to defeat our purpose.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
But we did not let that keep us down.
Yeah.
We
And like
used it to our advantage to
Right.
propel us forward.
Absolutely.
exactly like the Bible verse, what the enemy uses for evil, God
Turns it around for
good.
good. Right.
Yes,
right.
yes, I like
yes,
that.
yes.
So, we're losing light.
Yeah.
What would you say to our viewers who are watching? What would be your final words to our viewers?
Don't let pain defeat you.
Yes.
Rise above your circumstance, rise above that situation that you're in, that pit. Use it as that horse did and stomp on it
Yes.
and keep moving, and use it as an elevation to propel you to the next place and the next position, the next job, the next marriage, the next
Yes.
whatever it is, promotion that is out there for you.
Amen.
And don't give up. Just continue to move forward.
What would be your final word to our viewers, Anna?
I would say grace. Be kind to
Grace.
yourself. Love yourself. And as you continue to grow, count your wins, count your blessings, because
Yes.
you're doing an amazing job.
Yes. And I want to say to you that, excuse me, I want to say to you that you are not broken, and you are worthy, and you are seen, and you are loved. Whatever you're going through is not the end for you, it's only the beginning. Take the first step and start your journey. And for those of you who are already on your journey, keep on pushing through. Keep on going forward no matter what. Life is beautiful on the other side. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for our next video. Keep smiling and keep your head up. Take care.